Hello and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Slough Joint Manager Neil Baker. How are you, Neil?
Yeah, very well, thanks, John.
3 points in the bag. Must be happy.
Well, yes and no. Obviously, it's 3 points is what we came for and what we wanted. Disappointed with the performance, if I'm brutally honest. It was very frustrating. There was a few good things, but we played miles better on Tuesday night and lost the game 3-0. But I thought, listen, we talked about luck a little bit recently, and I think we got a little bit lucky today. They should have had a penalty. Tackle from Guy, probably a little bit clumsy. Probably one of the few things he did do wrong, to be honest. But it should have been a penalty, and it could have quite easily been 2-2. But at the end of the day, it's 3 points, and it's exactly what we needed. So
Yeah. So you're talking comparison to Tuesday. A few changes to the starting 11.
Yeah, all enforced. Obviously, Jay having to go back to Hayes and Yedding.
Is that a permanent thing?
Well, they're the parent club, so unfortunately that's the case. He's played today and they've drawn 0-0. So we've got to play him without Jay, which is frustrating because he's done well for us in the 3 games. And then Scott and Warren both picked up injuries. Warren picked up an injury on Tuesday night, a toe injury. He sat on the bench today, but him and Scott were both only in emergencies, and fortunately we didn't have to use them.
And then happy with how the game started. You seem to start the first 15-20 minutes, seem to be in control. Again, plenty of possession on what is a difficult surface.
Yeah, I mean the pitch is absolutely horrific. I might upset 1 or 2 people with that, but it's incredibly poor. There's ruts all over it. The ball's bobbling around. It's very, very difficult. I think there was one incident when Ryan Hope got the ball from Mark Scott thrown out to him, and he's got Akers in front of him, and he's trying to run with the ball, and the ball's literally bobbling up around his knees, and ended up losing the ball because he couldn't get it under control. So yeah, I mean we had possession, but I felt the first half was really poor. There was 1 or 2 boos, and to be honest, I can understand why it wasn't great to watch.
Yeah, we gifted the first goal away.
Yeah, the first goal's the first error comes from Sean. Sean's he's done well actually to initially win the ball, and then he gave the ball away, unfortunately. Sean's as honest as the day's long, so it's one of those things. He gave it away, but what we were disappointed was their centre forward was on his own, and there's 3 defenders around him. We talked it through at half time, and I still don't think anyone really put their hands up for it. It was a poor goal.
Were you fortunate to not go in 2-0 down? They had another great chance with a good header. Yeah,
they did. They had a good chance. You could say we were fortunate to only be 1-0 down, but we did say that we visited their box as much as they visited our box, but I just don't think there was any quality. And we said that we needed to put some tempo in the game because there wasn't much tempo especially in the first half. But to be fair, second half we had a bit of a go. Obviously, we've got a little bit. We've got a bit of luck today. Fortunately, a couple of balls have ricocheted and whatever else and fell to us, whereas in the past they haven't been. And obviously we got a little bit of luck with the penalty decision as well.
So pleased with 3 points now. Moving on to Dorchester.
Yeah.
Are there any more injury doubts from today's game?
I don't think there was. I mean, Sizzy at half time we weren't sure how he was going to be. Again, it's another injury that we picked up from the pitch. He's turned and his foot's gone in the ground, but fortunately it wasn't too bad. So hopefully that won't be so bad. We'd hope that Warren and Scott would hopefully be okay. Also hoping that Nathan will be okay. We miss Nathan. Nathan's a really good player, and I think we've really missed Nathan. So we hope to have those. We have 3 people to talk to. One person that we spoke to last week who's thinking it over the weekend, and 2 that we can talk to as of this week. Whether they're all in and done by Tuesday, I don't know. But we are actively looking. We're not happy with a few things at the moment, and we will be getting things right, definitely.
What did you make of the sending off, the second sending off, the challenge on Mark Scott?
If I'm brutally honest, I thought it was harsh. It wasn't a good tackle, but I think when when Scotty, obviously he went up in the air because he was off the ground. He was off balance anyway, and the lads just sort of clattered into him. I don't think he's gone in deliberately to hurt him. I just think it's a bit of a reckless tackle. Funny enough, I said to John, John said to me, it's probably in between a yellow and a red card. So I thought I'd have been disappointed if it was one of our lads getting sent off, but it's the reaction that gets the player sent off and whatever else. So, I feel a bit for him, but, it is what it is.
And obviously we didn't have a keeper on the bench. Luke out getting games.
Yeah, Luke played for Met Police today, kept a clean sheet, so that's good from his point of view. I expect Scotty to be fit for Tuesday, so I don't expect any real problems. I think he was a bit dazed and stuff, but I would hope that he'd be okay.
And looking ahead to Tuesday against Dorchester, having a little bit of a mixed start, but winning again today.
Yeah, good win for them at Chesham. We know that that's not an easy game. I think they won it in the last minute, so they'll be buoyant from that win. Tough journey for them on a Tuesday night, so you hope that to get some sort of advantage on that. But we played Dorchester back end of last season, and I was quite impressed with them. I thought they went forward at pace. Whether they can do that on our pitch is another question. But we need to try and build on today's 3 points. I think we've got to do a lot better performance-wise, and we said that afterwards.
Okay, we'll look forward to Tuesday. Thanks ever so much for your time, and we'll have a chat later in the week.
Lovely, cheers.